Hey, Jeremy.
You can't even look at me right now?
Do you, honestly, you know what I was thinking of? I don't
What?
know if you can see, but I'm wearing,
Your grandma's marathon shirt? Yeah.
yeah. And I thought to myself, this is one of the more expensive shirts that I own.
What?
That
Because yeah,
I sign up for these events and then just never show up.
I've done it too often. But in the long run, if I end up not being able to do the race, going is more expensive than not just staying home. So, because then you still have to pay for the hotel and the food and all that extra stuff. So, I look at it like I've saved myself some money. So actually, I got a free shirt.
But it wasn't free, Jeremy.
It was free. It's weird how that works out.
How much was Grandma's marathon? Do you remember? Was it like
$140,
115?
something like that.
So we bought a $140 t-shirt.
I didn't get that shirt. Did I get that
So
shirt?
So would you like if you were just out shopping around and you saw just like what is really a cheap running shirt for $140, you'd be like, I'll grab it.
I, that looked like a nice one.
Would
Why
you
not?
ever do that?
No, I don't have. I don't normally have $140 just to throw around on nonsense, Brad.
Do you though?
I don't. That's what I just said. I don't.
Do you though?
No, I don't. I'm a lowly teacher.
Do you though?
I get about $140 a day.
Jeremy, we're done with the $100 challenge.
So thankful for that. That was not that the challenge itself was hard, but I was really excited when we were buying stuff. I was like, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Doing the research, looking for shoes, finding the extra large child's extra large like singlet that I had to end up wearing. And then I was like, this is training in the middle of summer. This is a bunch of bullshit.
So before we get into it, how many miles did you run in your shoes?
36.
36?
Yeah.
Better than I thought.
Yeah, me too. Went through my Strava and I started looking at all my runs there. I was like, this is adding up. It's not too bad.
But we started when?
I don't know, June something. Early June.
And you did
Or
36 miles.
in over a month. Yeah, that was a big month. That was a big month, Brad.
First day of the $100 challenge was May 10th.
Now I feel even worse about myself. Thanks, Brad.
May, June, July.
2.5 months.
Over 2.5 months.
2.5 months.
Jeremy, over 2.5
Two
months.
2 months and 18 days. 36
And you
miles.
ran 36 miles.
I did, and I felt really refreshed. I felt rested leading into this 5K. That's what I did for myself.
So the race was a 5K, 3 miles. And over that time, 36 miles, how many days did we have? We had 60, 78 days.
Something like that. I did not run a day that was over 3 miles. My long run was my 5K.
Yeah, you averaged less than half a mile a day.
Look, I wanted to make sure I didn't get hurt. No injuries. No injuries. No injuries.
Well, mission accomplished. So, what was your time for the race, and how did the race go?
The race was awesome. So, we went up to Richmond. Elliot and I did. Katie had to work, so I took Elliot up there, and it was just a super low key race. I wouldn't even call it much of a race. It was more of like just a run slash walk. Like some people ran fairly fast. I think the winning time was in the low 18s.
It
Um,
was a park run,
it was a
correct?
park run, yeah, and
So that is a race.
it is. It was awesome. Like I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed running with Elliot. Our first mile, Elliot was feeling real good. Our first mile was like 8:23, and I was like, "All right, bud." I was like, "Okay, buddy." And then when we get to the like right at the first mile, right at the end of the first mile, there's this pretty significant uphill, and all of a sudden, I just look back, and he's like, and he's like, "Can we just walk?" I was like, "Yeah, we can walk." So we walked. I would say the last 2 miles were mostly walking, which is
So
okay.
it was basically his version of the DC marathon, half
Yeah,
marathon.
yeah, that's exactly right. But I made it through more than a third of the race before I really ate shit.
It
Um,
was that one hill, just that
Dude,
was
and it was
the end
meant
of you. You never recovered from that hill.
no, it was mentally and physically defeating that hill. That was a significant hill. Like that was a much more significant hill than what we contended with on Saturday. But we ended up getting 32. Elliot was 32:10, and I think I was 32:11. He finished 33rd, and I finished 34th. Where I was right at the halfway point. 68 people were there. So it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what I could actually run for a 5K right now. I think I can go to sub 27, but I don't know based on how
So
I
if
felt.
that park run was closer to you, would you do it more often?
I would. I have to see if there's any park runs around where I live that are a little closer. But Elliot wants to go back once a month. I told him we could do that.
I mean,
Um,
so I would do my park run. Mine was only about 22 minutes away from the house. I would genuinely do that a couple of times a month.
that's awesome. So how was your race? What ended up going on with yours?
Well, first of all, total mileage
Yeah.
65.96.
So you almost doubled me.
Yes.
It's still so you ended up going close to a mile a day. Woo-hoo-hoo. We're big mileage folks.
0.85 miles a day.
Okay, that's good maths. Okay,
So I don't want to say that I'm like twice as good as you, but
pretty much. I put my watch back on. Today's the first day I've wore my watch since we started the
me
challenge.
too.
I
Me
haven't,
too.
I haven't. This is the first day, and um, and then I looked at my Strava for my fitness score. I'm at a 2.
So, but you were getting Strava, you were
But I didn't.
recording with Strava before.
I was, but I didn't put in like perceived efforts or anything because
Why?
who knows what a perceived effort is? Who knows? Like maybe it's a 7. It could have been a 6, or it could have been a 5, or it could have been a 10.
That is your judgment.
Yes, but it doesn't make it's subjective. It does. Then how can they make? How can they give you a fitness score on something subjective, Brad?
Jeremy, have
That just
you
goes to
never
show you.
seen the empirical data that like running at threshold pace? You know, they say threshold pace, you should still be able to like, it's at the far end of being able to carry a conversation. Completely subjective, yet it lines up almost it perfectly with your lactic levels.
What I'm saying is this stupid fitness score. You can't give me a fitness score on my
Yes, you
subjective
can.
ideas.
Yes, you
No,
can. Yes, you can.
false.
Yes, you can. So when you say go run an easy run, you have no idea what that is on a scale of 0 to 10.
Is it 5?
Why are you asking me? You're the.
Then, but what scale? So then, is it a 1 to 5, or is it a 5 to 10? Is it like
It's 0 to 10. It says it right on the perceived effort
yeah?
scale.
But if it's an easy run, I'm still running.
And you should know how hard it was.
But Brad, like, I don't. Where is a 1? There's not 10 different jumps up in a run. I don't go. Oh, that was 100% easier, or 1,000% easier than my hardest run.
So you have no faith in the Strava score.
No,
Which
no.
one, you're an idiot for that. Two, so do you then trust your watch?
Yeah, big time.
Bullshit. It's absolute horseshit because at the end of every run, it asks you to give a perceived effort
It
with
only does that
smiley
like once or
faces.
twice.
What's that?
It only does that once or twice.
No, it doesn't. After every run, it asks you that.
It doesn't ask me that
Yes,
after
it
every run.
does.
I promise you, it doesn't.
Well, then that's why your watch is an idiot.
It's a three. It's a 935.
Mine's a 965 and asks me after every run.
How long have you had that guy? Or mine's a
A while.
945.
I would say what day did it come out? Mark
No,
me
this
down
is
for
a
that.
no. Mine's a 955. Mine's a 955.
Trash.
You only got me beat by one,
That's what Kira runs in.
and she's better than both of us. So it's like she's way better than both of us. She would
So,
crush us.
Jeremy, basically 66 miles. I ran what I would consider a very easy 26:18.
Okay, that's good.
I wasn't like unhappy with it. It was just I went out at basically 9-minute pace with like I said I was going to run with Steph for the first mile, and I basically like one stepped her to the mile marker.
Oh, geez, Brad, and you hate those one steppers.
Yep. And then you turn around at 1.4 miles.
So you only get 2.8.
Yep. And then I was like, huh, like I'm not feeling bad. It would be nice to run sub 9 for the entire race. And then the next mile I did 8:28.
Yeah.
And basically as soon as I had made the turn, there was a guy that I ran with all the way in.
Oh,
And
did you
so we
guys like become friends?
best friends.
Huh.
So
That was
if
quick.
you screw this up, I'm replacing you.
Jeez, that's a lot of pressure.
Yep. And so we ran that. And then mile 3 has a 3/10 of a mile climb in it.
Yeah.
Basically, like from 2.7 to 3 miles. Then the last 1/10 is pretty flat. And I did the last mile in 8:23.
So that's what my first mile was.
Yeah, didn't feel bad. Like it was pretty comfortable.
Yeah. That 8:23 I ran with Eliud was super comfortable. I was like, wow, I can do this again.
I couldn't do like 5 of them.
No. But I could have done like 2.5. I would have probably like rigged myself in at the last like quarter mile, but
And so how did your shoes hold up?
they were, I mean, the 36 miles put a lot of like strain on those shoes. Look, if I were to do this all over again, right? Go back, reset the clock. The first thing I would do differently is run more. So that I would start there. I would do more mileage. But then that means I still would have run with Eliud. So I wouldn't change that anyway.
Oh,
But
Jeremy, hold on. So that 65.96 miles of mine,
yeah.
there was also another 10 to 12 miles from being on the boat.
You didn't log your mileage from the boat?
How was I going to log it on a boat? Like, what are you, GPSing out in the ocean?
We did, Brad. You can do it on a treadmill, bro.
Okay.
Just log it in there, man.
I don't do that.
I don't understand like what the issue was. I'm calling BS. If it's not in Strava, guess what? Doesn't count.
So I probably got up to a mile a day, I bet.
I would. It looks like it.
Let's see.
Listen, if I were to do it again, so the shoes that I got, I liked them a lot. Like I didn't notice them when I was running at all, and that's like the biggest compliment I can give to a pair of shoes is just not knowing they're on my feet when I'm out there running. That's the last thing I really want to concern myself with.
Yeah.
I would have.
What shoes did you use?
I got the Brooks Launch.
Yeah.
But the GTS version,
Okay.
I didn't pay much attention. I would have just gone like if the shoes, I would have just gone with the not GTS, the neutral version, and then I would have double and triple checked the sizing on my my racing top because although I got an extra large, it must have been a child's extra large because that thing was skin tight, man. Like, and I know I'm not lean, But most of my shirts I wear are extra large, and they're quite baggy on me because I just like that aesthetic. That thing, I was like trying to get it
Put it
off
on.
when it's wet.
Put it on.
I don't have it here right now.
Where is it?
It's in the laundry,
So
actually.
you wore a child singlet.
It could have
I'm
been
guessing it was
adults.
a women's.
It's probably from China. Nothing against that, but I think the sizing was off. It was not women's. At least I don't think it was. It was cut like a men's. Maybe it was a woman's. I don't know. So I would have done that. My shorts worked out really nicely. My do it yourself half tights. I lucked into that guy. But people could see just a little slim peeking out of the band
A
from
miniature tutu.
it wasn't a tutu. I cut the band was just a different color than my half tight. My half tight was
And
black.
there was no shards of the short.
No, I did a really nice job. It looked professional. So
I doubt it.
I don't. So there. What would you have done anything differently, Brad, besides running more?
So I'll tell you what I enjoyed about it is like I never run in the same shoe with any level of consistency. So when the Pegasus was just like the easiest shoe in the world to just run every day in,
Yeah.
or once every 4 days.
Or 1 mile a day,
So yeah, it came up to 0.99 miles now.
Dang.
So just missed I mean, it's rounded up. That's a mile a day.
That's a mile a day.
And so they were like easy to run in. Like I think they were more than comfortable, 100% ready to get the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Like, and then I got my clothes. I went to TJ Maxx
Yeah.
and I got a pair of, they were $15 shorts. They were DKNY.
Nice. That's
So
fancy.
they were heavy.
Okay.
And it seemed like they were made for less of a rotund ass than mine. So they just kept like wanting to pull down because they were lined.
Okay.
And they had pockets, so I had a car key in one pocket from the race, and I had my phone in the other pocket for a part
Yeah.
of the race,
And
which is really like the most noob thing ever to do is run with pockets and your phone in your pocket.
I did the same exact thing because my half tights had a little pocket right there on the right hand side. I shoved my phone in that bad boy.
But I mean, if it's made for your phone, not like a pocket like on your slacks.
Oh. Yeah. That couldn't have been comfortable.
It was. I mean, it wasn't like I was flying around anywhere.
Yeah, but still running with a pocket, with a phone snapping your thigh all over the place.
And then I had to find a pair of socks.
I did that too. Yep.
So I went to Dollar General, and they were $1 for 2 pair. Not good.
50 cents a sock.
Not good.
Or
No, it was a
25 cents a
quarter
sock.
a sock.
Yeah, 25 cents a sock.
They were just not good.
What was bad about them?
They were already coming apart by the end of the 5K. And
Oh, Brad.
they were just like the wimpiest socks.
Yeah.
Like there was just no, like the heel counter on them was just trash. So it kept wanting to go down under your heel.
Were they quarter socks or were they no shows?
Kind of like no shows.
That's where you get a mistake, Brad.
I probably would have they didn't bother me during the race, but it would have been just as easy not to wear socks.
Yeah, and you would have saved yourself $1 or 50, whatever. I got a pair of socks from Five Below. I one upped you. I paid $2.50 for them plus tax, so whatever that comes out to, because we didn't just get socks, so I couldn't really figure out how much the tax was on that guy. So I'd say like $2.80, let's just say. But those worked out well, and I'll continue to wear them, not for running. They're a pair of Ron Burgundy socks from Anchorman. It says "Stay classy," so I'll wear those. It was good.
So I immediately upon completion, so you've run since the race?
I have
Did
almost
you
every
run
day,
in the
Brad.
same shoes?
Nope.
Will you ever run in them again?
I don't know. Maybe if it's a nasty day out and I just don't want to like wreck up a pair of shoes that I want to wear for later that week, then I'll just put
But
them on.
you don't like wearing clean shoes to run in.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't. Yes, I don't mean to make them not dirty. I mean, like to get them wet and nasty, like with all the mud and gunk. Maybe I'll run them. I'll run them on the trails. That's where they would work out well, I think.
But
They're
their
not.
traction is trash on them.
No, it's fine. They're fine. They're the best. They're the best. They're the best pair of Brooks Launch I have.
Not for trail.
You don't know the trails around here. The trails around here, Brad. We don't
So
have a whole lot.
I will never be running in these Pegasus again.
That's probably because you wore them out with so many
No,
miles.
I
You just
think so. I didn't mind running in them, but they're just nowhere as fun as putting on it. And I don't even know that the shoes are any better. There's nothing better than just strapping on a pair of more expensive shoes.
I can't believe you, Brad. You told me.
Unless they're trash.
You told me that you refuse from here on out for the rest of your life to run in anything but super shoes.
I didn't say forever, but the majority of my runs are definitely going to be in super shoes. I mean, I wore, you know what I ended up wearing today? The New Balance SC Elite comps. So I went with the full on racer New Balance.
And what did you do today for your run?
3 minutes running, 1 minute walk.
Oh, Brad, for how long?
I did 40. So I did most of them with Levi until his wheels just came off. 41 minutes.
It's a lot. I only ran for 25 today.
So ended up being 4 miles.
I was at 2.7 something miles, I think. 2.8.
So, but I tell you what, I went hard on some of those
3 minutes is?
things. Yeah. So real hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some of them were under 8 minute mile pace.
Pace. Wow, that is what? What was the point of this run of yours today?
Well, Levi wanted to go for a run, so we went out for a run, and he said he wanted to do 3 times 1 minute, or 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. And then at some point he was just like, nope, not happening.
I get it.
And so sometimes I'd run ahead, I'd run back. One time I did like a 4 minute segment.
Ooh.
It was just kind of a free for all.
Yeah, that's good. So you're definitely ahead of me right now. Your fitness
Easy.
way
Easy.
better than mine. But you know whose fitness is better than both of ours?
No.
Olympians right now. We're getting ready.
Olympians.
We're getting ready. I think the first race is starting like 3 days, 2 days. 2 days.
I don't think they're in better shape than me. They're definitely in better shape than you. I look at it more as a ceiling. Their ceiling is basically like at the edge of my eyeglasses, and my ceiling is over my head.
I mean, there's enough head there for you to not have to go above it.
Enough space, but I'm even above that.
Where's my ceiling, Brad? In that same like metaphor, you use the ceiling where
Yeah,
they're right
yeah,
up
I'm
here.
looking. Put your hands down to your side. Somewhere where your fingertips are rubbing, I'm guessing.
Jeez, Brad. I tried to do a smooth transition and you just weren't having any of it. You really like to mess me up.
I picked up on the transition, but
It was
I
a
was
good one.
going into the Olympic vein, and then you had to pull it back to you.
It was a good transition. If wasted. I mean, pretty good though.
You know what? You know what you kind of look like right now.
What? A walrus.
Have you ever seen Bronson?
No.
Just look up Tom Hardy Bronson.
Okay. I will look that up. I could do it right now because I've got my computer right here beside me. Hey,
All right, Jeremy.
Bradford.
Prognostication time.
Yeah,
So let's get some picks for the people. Let's see. What race are you most excited about in track and field?
I think the 800 is just like the best race to watch, hands down.
I, I I honestly looked at the 800. It's impossible to pick because there's so many runners sub 144 this year
Yeah,
that it's like there's nobody that's separated themselves.
that's why I'm all excited about it. Like it could be it's anybody, and some people who probably you think are going to medal may not make it out of the rounds.
So do you think an American can medal?
I do.
Who?
Bryce, Bryce,
Bryce Hoppel?
Bryce.
And anybody else?
No, just him. He's my dude. I'm gonna get him tattooed right here on my chesticles, right there.
That'd be weird.
Well, I'm doing it anyways. What do you think, Brad? With the 800, like, do you think
I
American
genuinely
has a
have no
chance?
idea. I think it's impossible to diagnose.
Huh? I know what race you're really keying on.
Tell
Well,
me.
there are really two:
Tell me.
marathon,
No,
men's marathon.
1500.
Well, and the men's marathon. You talked to me specifically about
Yeah.
the men's marathon because there's two big names
15,
in it.
1500 I'm amped for. Men's 1500
Look,
in particular.
I love Yard Naguse. I just don't think he's
Zero
got what it
chance.
takes. He might be able to medal, but he's not going to win it. He just doesn't have it.
So I think what is going to happen, I think Jakub is going to win the 1500.
I do
And
too.
I think there's enough people in the race. If you just let it be a kicker's race, I think Josh Kerr like has just whatever that it factor is that if it came down to just a 100-meter race and it wasn't like blazing from the get-go, that he has an incredible opportunity to win. But I think when the entire race is stretched out and fast, nobody can touch Jakub.
Absolutely. And I don't think I don't think Jakub's going to let it get to a kicker's race because I think he knows that although he's got an okay kick, there's just, it leaves too much to chance.
Well, I think Timothy Chariot is going to do the most Timothy Chariot thing ever and basically pace Jakub for 3 laps,
And then Jakub will just,
which is what he did at the last Olympics.
yeah.
And because I don't think that Chariot has any chance in a kicker's race. Cole Hawker is going to wait for a kick. Josh Kerr is going to wait for a kick.
I don't know.
And
Cole Hawker, if it comes down to a kick, Cole Hawker might be able to pull one off. Remember?
but both of those runners never touched the front until the last 150 meters.
That's okay. It does. You don't have to touch
It's not okay if it's not a kicker's race.
You don't have to touch the front until the very end, Brad.
But if you can't give somebody in a super fast race a 5-meter lead and say I'm going to catch you at world record pace, it is not happening.
Who said that? Most certainly is not going to be a world record run. I'll tell you that right now.
I think it's going to be way closer than you think.
I think it goes 328 and some change.
No.
Yep.
No. So who do you have winning?
I have Jakub.
Okay. What about in the women's 1500? Any chance of an American here?
Nope. I mean, there are so many women who are like low 350s right now. I don't think that there's anybody in America who can keep up.
Well, I think the top end of the race is going to be super fast. I think nobody can touch Faith Yagon.
Yeah.
No one can touch her. But I would love to see Safan Hustan figure out a way to get into the medal standings
Why wouldn't she?
because she's running so many damn events.
I mean, she chose to do it because she thinks.
Everyone did.
Why?
Because.
Oh, that's
And
a
then
good
there's
reason.
Also in that women's 1500, whoa, you also have what is it, Gudov to Sege?
They, yeah, that's who I have winning. To
Do you?
Gay, yeah,
Hmm.
and I think Hull.
Charlie or what's her name? From Australia.
Yeah, man. I
Well,
think
she's a
Hull,
woman, Jessica Hull.
Jessica Hull.
Do you think an American can even make the finals in this?
Yeah, I think we'll have two.
Ellie St. Pierre and Nikki Holtz.
Yeah, I think those two will make it. I think ultimately, I think Nikki will be like the best American
Oh, I don't
in that
know.
race.
St. Pierre is so tough.
I know she's super tough, but didn't she even get beat at the trial?
She did. She did.
So I think Nikki's going to be the best American in that race.
But Ellie St. Pierre also ran the 5K, which she won't be doing in the Olympics.
She's still going to run two races before this, if not more. Didn't she do in the 5K?
No, that's what I just said, you dipshit.
No, I wanted to see if I can get you up in what you were saying. Oh, I got you so good.
Are you interested to see the men's 5K?
I mean, no.
I think Jakub just runs away with this one as well.
Well, yeah.
What about the women's 5K?
Um,
Don't care.
I mean, it'll
I'd
be
like
cool.
to see Safan Hustan again run well
Well,
in this.
sure. I mean, if she can medal in all of her races, that would just be incredible.
Is she doing the marathon too?
That's what I heard.
That is crazy. Can you
Fucking,
imagine in one Olympics from the 1500 to the marathon?
if you can medal and all that, that makes you
That is
you are the GOAT.
like you can't. But talk about intrigue in each of those events.
I know.
But you just said you weren't interested in the 10K
I'm
or in the
not.
5K.
I'm not necessarily, but I think it'd be. Look, it's a good story. I don't think she's going to medal in all of them.
All right. What about the men's 100?
Gotta love Noah.
Do you?
Gotta love Noah. He's such okay.
He
So look,
doesn't have the fastest time of the year. The fastest time of
but
the year is
he's
by
such a
Kashane
racer,
Thompson.
man. He comes out. He's such a racer.
I
And
don't know.
there's this show on Netflix, Sprint, I think is what it's called. And look, it gets you amped, and I'm just amped right now.
But what does that have to do with him winning the 100?
He's got just as good a chance as anybody else. It's not going to be the fastest time because it's not just a straight out one and done. It's rounds, bro. And he's a 200-meter runner, so he's got the stamina.
Jeremy, the majority of these world-leading times come while they have to qualify for the finals.
Stamina.
What events come and they just like, oh, let's just bring in the finals for the 100?
You don't get invited to those invitational only. Come and show us what you got. One and dones. I do every day.
Like the Diamond League?
I have to turn them down, bro.
The Diamond League still has heat, so boom, just caught you in a lie. So
Look,
you know who has zero chance in this is the defending Olympic champion, Lamont Marceau.
oh, dude, he's
Zero
toast.
chance.
He's toast. And in that show, they're talking about. I think it's that show. Maybe it's something else. We've been watching a lot of stuff. Like he just always seems to have like an excuse. Oh, I'm injured. Oh, I tweaked this. I just don't think he. I think he had like his 15 minutes, and I think it's done. I think
Well, it's something you can never take away from him.
No, not at all. But I just think he's done. I don't think he's ever going to
I
attain
don't
that
think
kind of
that
level
he's
again.
done, but
He's not going
I
to attain
think,
that level again.
well, it wasn't like he ran some incredible time. No one ran well in that Olympics.
But he ran the best. and he won't
But
have
I'm
that again.
saying, like, he was at the top end of his level.
Yeah, he won't run that again.
I don't know. What about the women's 100? This should be pretty
Whew.
exciting.
Whew. I still think I don't understand how what's her name from Jamaica? The three names.
Shelly Ann Fraser
Yeah,
Price?
yes, the foreign. How in the hell is she still able to run what she's running at like 38 years old?
Doping.
It boggles the mind. How can if she's doing it, she must be doing a lot because there's just no way to keep up that level of
With kids.
yeah, just no way. And she
I would,
changed like coaches and all that stuff. I think there was some kind of like going on, but I don't know.
malfeasance.
I don't know. Who do you think's got the 100?
I think Shikari's going to blow it out.
I don't think so. I think it's going to go to Jamaican.
Sharika Jackson.
I do. I think so. Did
I
you
don't think
see,
so.
like, Sha'Carri, she fell to pieces in the 200 in the Olympic trials. I think
Okay,
that,
but we're talking about the 100.
but it happened after the 100. I think that might have rattled her.
No.
So, yeah, I think she medals. I don't think she gets the gold.
All right. So let's do this. So we have completely. I'm putting my money on Shikari. You're putting it on Sharika Jackson. Loser has to Amazon the winner I think there's 6 packs or 8 packs of Liquid Death.
Okay, cool. What flavor do you want? I want the rest in
Rest
peace.
in peach.
Yeah.
I want Armless Dead Billionaire.
Okay.
Men's 400, fucking snoozer.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares?
Nobody that I like. I don't even care. I truly don't.
Quincy Hall will probably medal from the
Yeah,
U.S.
I would think so. He just broke 44 for the first
I
time.
think the 4x400 is going to be electric, but I don't really give a shit about the 400 this year.
No.
And I really don't care about the women's 400. There's like not a single name that says, wow, this is going to be cool to watch.
Femke Bowl?
She's not in it.
Is she not? She should be. I know she's doing the 400 hurdles, but she should.
Okay.
She should do both.
What? Give me another race that you're interested in. You're actually interested in the 10,000, which is talk about a fucking snooze fest on the men.
Oh, look, it'll go sub 27. It'll be great.
But who cares about that race?
I just am a Grant Fisher fanboy.
He is a wet towel.
Not like freaking Galen Rupp.
He's worse than
Galen
Galen
Rupp
Rupp.
means wet towel in Spanish.
He's worse than Galen
Galen
Rupp.
Rupp means wet towel in Spanish.
He is worse than Galen Rupp.
False.
He is a wetter towel than Galen Rupp.
No.
Yes, he is. Yeah, 100%.
Nope.
Name me something that he's done that was cool.
American record, 5K,
Boring.
10K. Done.
Boring.
Done.
Boring.
Done.
Boring.
How is that boring?
The women's, I'm more interested in the women's to see how what's her name from Florida does.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't I think of her name?
Because you don't want to think of her name, because your daughter wants to go UM or MU.
UM.
Yeah.
What is her name?
I can't remember either. What is her name? Kate?
I can picture her.
Katie? Catherine?
No.
Jessica?
No.
Francesca?
No.
Lauren?
No.
Lauren. I already said that.
No.
What is her name? I can't even think of anybody's name right now.
Parker Valby.
That's what I just said. I just said that in my mind as you said it out loud.
No, you didn't.
You're right.
When
I
you
did.
saw my lips doing it.
When I heard it, that's when I started thinking it.
So
Yeah,
what
it'll be
are
cool to see. It'll be cool to see her running. Feel like
marathon?
don't really care about the women.
No, I can't say that I'm interested in the women. Honestly, it seems like there's like you have to have a storyline for some level of intrigue.
Yeah.
Like, and that doesn't mean that it won't be fun to watch.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I just like I don't know enough about it. Number one, nor do I care enough about it. What just happened?
My
Number
power
two,
just went out.
did it really?
Yep.
You guys having storms?
Nope.
What's wrong with your house?
Don't know.
Is it haunted?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. Don't tell me
Big time.
that. I'll never stay at your house. I'll never stay
Big
at your
time.
house again.
So
Remember when I
I'm
came to visit you last time I came to visit you? I drove through the night and got to your house like super early in the morning.
wow. Cool story.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
man,
Yeah,
what
all the way through the night.
that we've yet to find an opportunity to go viral, but I think you may have just made our moment, Jeremy. That could be what we were looking for.
I mean, how many people do you know who have done that because they're so excited to see their Briggity Bro Bob that I drove through the night to get to your house at like 6:45 in the morning?
Wow. Wow. Cool.
It's like a
Men's
10-hour drive.
marathon. Men's marathon.
Yeah,
Is this
the
the
goat.
race for the greatest distance runner ever?
I don't think it's the race for it because I think there already is the greatest distance runner ever, regardless of the outcome of this
Who?
marathon. Bekele.
Kinesia
Bekele.
Bekele. I totally agree. I think he's the
There's
greatest
just like
distance
he's just
runner
got it.
ever, and Eliud is the greatest marathoner ever,
Yes,
despite the fact
they
that he's
can
doped to
be.
the gills.
Well, you acknowledge that everybody who is at that level is.
I
They're
wonder
both
if
old as hell.
Bekele is though, because have you seen how many times he just quits running and gets like they call him fat, but he's like
Yeah, he
Ethiopian fat.
reminds
He
me
just
of
has like the tiniest little belly.
us, to be honest. How we just quit, get a little rotund, come back, get felt and lean, looking good,
little more
being fast.
similar to me with the talent levels, but I I think where
Of
you were
course.
going was just he takes times off and then he comes back to running. He gets serious. So, well, all right, I'll throw you in the mix. Just from a talent
Thanks,
level,
bud.
you're not even
Appreciate it.
close.
You're right. You're right.
And I've
Not even
never seen
close.
him with a mustache.
That's because he can't pull it off. I don't think. You know what? He probably can't grow one like I can.
Mm,
This is
good call.
pretty significant mustache, Brad. You can't grow one like this.
Did you look up Bronson?
I did. I do look a lot like him. He's thick. He's a thick boy.
He's just borderline obese in it.
But he's also like he looks strong.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to remember from the movie. I know he beats a lot of
Tom,
people up.
Tom Hardy is just a beefy dude anyway. I like Tom Hardy. He's a good guy. He's beefy dude. I'd be his friend. If we want to get, you think we can get Tom Hardy on this bad boy?
What?
But only as Bronson. Like he has to come in bald with a mustache.
What relays are you excited about?
I think America's gonna pull out for the men and women the 4x4.
Well, yes. I'm kind of excited to see. Do you think in the 400 hurdles, um, what's her name from Kentucky?
Sydney McLaughlin Laverny.
Yes.
Brad, you're all frozen. You're super frozen. I don't know what's going on with you. Can you talk? Are you talking? What are you doing, dude? I had you, didn't I? So you're talking about the 400, Brad? I still can't hear you. What are you doing? Your stuff's all messed up. I can see your eyeballs moving.
Hold on.
Delayed. Everything is delayed. And we're back for the third time. Oh, hey! Everything's going wonky over at Brad's house. He must have, I don't know, ghosts. And now he's gone. And now he's back. I can't hear him. This is just a messed up dude. What? I don't. Are you trying to put me at your junk level? Can you even hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. What is wrong with what you got going on over there? For all your setup, it doesn't work. I guess I'm gonna look. I'm gonna have to vamp for a little bit. I'm a vampire. I've got big old teethers. Suck your blood. I'm a big old bald vampire. I'm a jellyfish vampire. It's called vamping, Brad.
It hurts.
What hurt? How good that was?
All right. So relays, you're not excited about any of them.
Nah. I mean, you. I mean, I'm excited to watch them. You said something about being excited about something. Didn't catch it though.
400 hurdles.
The women's?
Yeah,
What about them?
we already talked about it.
Sydney McLaughlin Lavroni is gonna probably
Blow it
go.
out of the water.
I think she runs 50.43.
Wow.
That is fast. That's real fast. That's super fast. That might even be fast enough to get into the finals of the Open 400. Fast.
What about the men's 100 hurdles? Is Grant Holloway just going to blow it out?
Yeah. I think he's just gonna crush.
Have you seen that dude hurdle? His head just never moves.
It doesn't, and he's got no neck. He's just
Dude is awesome.
I don't think his head can move. So I think that's why he does so well. And he's from here. He's from Chesapeake.
He ran at University of Florida.
Yeah, but he's from here.
Nah.
Yeah. And he's so tall, and he's got a weird thing that goes on. His one arm can't go out. So he comes in. It's weird, man. But he does it. Hey, he's running fast. You know what I saw at the Olympic trials for America that made me just super sad?
Galen Rupp didn't make it.
No. Lolo Jones, man. Remember Lolo?
That made you sad?
She just has fallen so far.
It makes you sad that she's still a virgin?
Is she?
Supposedly.
She's not. I know she's waiting till marriage. She hasn't been married yet?
No.
Wow. That's not. I mean, that's
What do you
unfortunate
mean
for
she's
her.
fallen so far? She's like 40 years old in the Olympic trials.
Yeah, it was just bad, man. I just felt bad. She looked
Why?
awful. She looked. I didn't even recognize her.
Because she's older.
So am I. I look exactly the same as I did.
What was her first Olympics? Atlanta?
No. No, Brad.
What was her
Probably
first Olympics?
was it 08?
I don't know,
12?
dude. I think it was before then.
I think 12. 12 years. That's a long time. Maybe 08. If she's
I mean,
40,
remember, she also did the bobsledding in the Olympics.
she did. So she's like Winter and Summer Olympics. Badass. That's what she's got going on. But I still felt bad. Like the reason I guess I felt bad is because I saw her running and I was like, "Who is that?" Because in her heat, she was like dead last by like 3 seconds.
Okay?
I was
She's
like, "What?"
41.
I could do things, and I'm 43. I could probably run a 100 as fast as she ran the 100 hurdles.
She still had to qualify for the Olympic trials at 41 years old.
Yeah, but I could probably run the 100 as fast as she runs the 100 hurdles. So that's not saying a lot.
No.
Yeah,
Mm,
Brad, I can go. I bet I can go into the 13s in the 100.
2008 Olympics was the first Olympics she tried for.
I told you 08 and you didn't believe me. You said 1996 at Atlanta.
Atlanta.
No. Where was 2000? Where
I
was
don't know.
04? Where was 08?
Sochi?
Wasn't that the Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
So it wasn't in any of those.
Well, she did the Olympics, the Winter Olympics.
She did, but not in the dates that I was acknowledging. So what are
2008
you
was
excited about? What relays are you amped for?
4x1.
Men's or women's?
Both. I
Why?
think the women have no chance against Jamaica.
Falls. I'm excited to see the 200, the women's 200. Gabby Thomas. Think she's
From
gonna.
Harvard?
Yeah. Who would have thunk that a Harvard lady would be the fastest woman in the world?
At a
Harvard isn't
Harvard.
known for their like powerhouse sprinting team.
But
Just
they've
saying.
got one of the best distance runners in the country
They do. I'm aware.
and
That's
one of the
not
best
sprinting.
sprinters in the country.
That's not that. It's one singular. It's not a program.
And they have one of the best academic programs in the country.
That's debatable.
So you think our degree from Winthrop is worth more than Harvard?
No, because of the name, but it doesn't mean that it's any more significantly challenging.
How do you know? Have you ever been there?
I have actually.
No, you've not.
I I was a guest speaker on how to be awesome. I rolled up there with my mustache.
So how did that resonate with the women of Harvard?
They wanted to know what it takes to grow one, and I said, "Look, I don't
What are
know
you
that anybody."
writing, Jeremy?
I said, "I don't know if anybody." Listen, I told them I don't. I'm just writing stuff down. I told them, okay, I don't know that anybody in the state can grow this. And they were like, you know what? You're probably right. That's why I'm here as a guest speaker because you couldn't find anybody else.
In all of Massachusetts. All right,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
What?
That's it.
I thought we had one more thing to talk about tonight. I did a bunch of research.
What are we doing next?
Yeah.
All right, give it to me.
We're doing things. You asked for us to come up with a list of what could be a potential next,
And I
right?
haven't put together a list yet.
So let's wait then. But I
I
think
would
the next
like to
has to
do something trail oriented.
trail oriented and longer than a marathon.
I never said that.
Uh, do you really want to just do a trail like half marathon?
I might want to. I don't know yet.
Okay, I've got an idea for that.
I'm excited to do anything on a trail. So and let's make it back together again.
Yes, back together again. When do we have like a time frame?
Let's see, it's August,
It's August.
January, February.
I think that's a good time. Get us there.
All right.
So we want Jan to Feb
January, February,
2025
March. Q1 of 2025.
March. All right, bet. Bet. I already got some in that time frame, dude.
Done.
Done. All right, we'll talk
Next
about it
week.
next time.
Hey,
Hey, I love you, man.
love you, bud.
See you next time, bro.
Go USA.
Oosha, 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 oosha.